Or 3-800-1492. Don't be left out in the marsh. Find your voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio. And now, here's Big Al.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Al Flowers here, joined by Jeff Zapp.
Hey.
And we are involved in the studio. TalkOne Radio is with you on a Monday. Just had a great weekend. Jeff was out of town, went up to Camden.
Yeah.
The big town of Camden. What did you stay at the Motel 6 or
Holiday Inn Express?
No. Earl's got a place.
No, it was actually the Hampton Inn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. It was the Hampton Inn, but yeah, it's so nice to drive through the countryside.
Right.
You know, cotton fields and corn and
yeah.
It's just I love South Carolina, man.
Well, it is a beautiful
God's
state.
country, man.
That's
God
it.
country.
And then, it transitions nicely into the mountains up there. And
yeah. Well, Camden's what see, on the way up, we went up through Columbia and then out 20. And then on the way back, we came down. I think it's 601 that comes back down. So it was a nice drive, and it was really nice to go up, and the workshop went well. So
real fun. I stay off the what is it, 26 and 95 if I can.
26 is a raceway.
Yeah, I just stay on. I'd rather go to the back way.
Yeah.
Go slow through all those small towns. Stop if I feel like it.
I know. I agree. It's so nice.
And,
when I'm on the motorcycle, I usually go the back way, but on the way up, it was late, and so we just, we broke out of the studio late Friday, and then we drove straight up. I think we got up there about 12:30 or something, 1 a.m.
Yeah, we had a great show on Friday with Lori was involved, Engage the Right, co-founder with yourself. I thought it was very interesting. Got a lot of feedback from people that said, wow, we didn't know that.
No, and she does an amazing job. She does definitely as a researcher, and there's a lot more. The whole purpose was to be able to educate people too, so that they would be involved locally with politics, because you have to be involved. You have to educate yourself. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you don't, it's a steamroller, baby.
Well, trying to navigate.
Gonna steamroll all over you.
Trying to navigate today, what you think is truth might be false, and there's propaganda. And can you really trust the mainstream news today?
No, forget it.
You were talking about it earlier.
No,
I that press. What's her name? Jen Psaki.
Oh yeah, I got some things from that. You might have seen some of my Facebook posts on both the TalkOne Radio and my personal. I am hot about this, and folks, everybody should be. It's ridiculous that the government, in whatever form, shape, or title, are gathering, scraping together text messages, personal messages, and messaging, basically making a jacket out of you. They're filling out the blanks. They're going to absolutely, just like people like Google traces you up for advertising, Uncle Sam's doing for you right now. And Jen Psaki, Joe Biden, and the rest of his tyrant henchmen, brown shirts, they don't have a problem with it. They think it's just great. If it's going to make us safe, Katie bar the door, similar to what that dope president we had, Bush, with the what was it, the
Patriot Act?
Patriot Act. That's it. That cracked the cheese, so to speak.
Yeah.
That let the ants in the room, and it always ruins a good picnic.
No, I'm laughing because, well, let me ask you a question. All the people that still have to take their shoes off at the airport, right?
Right.
We've been doing that. This is 20th anniversary. And I'm not making fun of 9/11. I'm saying I still remember, when they created the Department of Homeland Security
and
the TSA and all this stuff. We gave away our freedoms for the sake of security, supposedly.
Well, some lame, dopey ideas.
Yeah.
That, we had one
shoe bomber.
Yeah, we had one guy put, I don't know, C4 in his shoe, trying to light it with a cigar lighter.
It was a dud.
Yeah, right. And so was he.
I thought I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed.
So here we go. It's the knee-jerk reaction, the overreaction. It's, we got TSA, these agents now, they're called officers with gold badges. One good enough, they had a regular silver badge. They had to upgrade the gold badge. And now they're grabbing people. Yeah, they're basically, there's been, look, it's well documented that some of these people are crumb bums. They're the lowest of the low. And you got to remember where they came from. The whole, corral of these TSA knuckleheads came out of the contractors.
Yeah.
The big contracting security that the airports all went to. Yeah, they just changed uniforms, man. They just got themselves a union and a pay raise, and now they're taking time off and having a blast.
Yeah, well, the government's gotten so large, so huge. We keep talking about this, and it keeps getting bigger. TSA is just another one of those bureaucratic entities. It just continues to grow. And of course, if you're there for many years and want to retire or whatever, it just, again, to my point about like taking your shoes off.
Right.
I mean, do they do that in Israel still? I mean, aren't there better ways to securely ensure that someone's not going to try to, quote, do any damage to anybody else or harm anybody? Anyway, it was just something I was thinking about.
I say do full profiles. That's what, the Homeland Security does when these people are moving drugs in the country illegally at these airports. Guess what they do? They profile. Oh, no, not profile. Yeah, profile. That's what the Israelis do, by the way. That's what the Germans do. That's what most countries do. That's what this country is doing to you, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just going to say, you are being
profiled because if you say anything against, even if it leans a little right against this administration, you go on a list. There's allegedly 12 people on this list. Now there are unknown numbers of people in the DC jails, some charged, some not, waiting for a speedy trial that has not come since 1/6. How about that? They just gathered them up, threw them in jail. How about if that was your son or daughter?
Yeah.
How about if it was your daughter that got shot in the neck by a Capitol police officer or a security guard that was teamed with them? Who gave that guy a gun to shoot somebody for, climbing over he could have just straight armed her into next week, but he uses lethal force. Why isn't that covered? You think of under Donald Trump, what would happen if that occurred? There would be.
It doesn't fit their narrative, so it never
occurred. Never happened. Never happened.
No charges.
Yeah, no. Nothing to get excited about. Nothing to get excited. I'm excited about it because it's a complete violation. It's like communist China. It's like, Marxist countries, third world. Look at Cuba. These people aren't pissed off because they're not getting COVID-19 shots, Joe. I don't know where they came from. They're pissed off because they've been surveilled for 60 plus years, thrown in jail, keys thrown away. Let's say a person in your family got picked up off the street, never heard from again. What would you do? What would you do if Johnny, he's gone to college, he's supposed to be so smart, but he has some radical views. Well, in Cuba, he'd be off the street permanently.
Yeah.
Permanently. I'll tell you, coming to a country near you. Now, Mayorkas says, hey, Cubans, Don't bother coming in the United States. It's only 90 miles away. Don't bother coming. We're not doing anything.
Just come in through the southern.
Yeah, if you
border.
can get yourself to Nicaragua and walk up and get on the same buses or the trains. I mean, this is insanity. Is there really? I mean, even I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, but if you take a look from afar and overlook the battlefield called America today and see what's happening with inflation, with the cost of goods, with what's the exodus of people that are being allowed in this country unfettered, untested, they're using our military to ship them all over the place.
Transported in the middle of night by our
Yeah.
U.S. military.
What is going on?
That just came out? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
U.S. tax dollars. I'm sorry. Did I miss something in civics class?
Yeah.
Isn't it about we, the people?
Yeah. What happened to us? What happened to the hardworking voters?
Are we a country with a government or a government with a country?
Right. That's exactly right.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, I saw one of my friends told me about on Bongino. I haven't listened to Dan Bongino today. I usually try to listen to him when I'm on the treadmill. But he said, check out the Bongino report. There's an article in The Guardian. I just talked about it. And this in terms of surveillance and facial recognition software and all this stuff that they're doing. Revealed leak uncovers global use of cyber surveillance weapon called Pegasus.
Right.
You've heard that. So if supposedly the bad guys are getting this, we already know that our agencies have been weaponized.
Well, it's an evolution of Operation Mockingbird, which has been going on since the 60s.
Yep.
If you take a look back, folks, I'm not making this stuff up. Look back into the 60s when all the brouhaha, everyone protesting Vietnam, the underground weather report, and all these people were hot on it, blowing stuff up. And, what's that girl's name that she father was a big banker? Oh, I can't think of their name, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah.
But she was turned into some type of, photos of her as a real revolutionary holding an AK-47. Look, all the intelligence agencies in this country have been using this type of follow on, follow up, gather every information and dumping it into fusion centers. Every state has one. You wouldn't know it. It's probably the nondescript building out in an industrial complex, but they dump all this information into it. And believe it or not, your name may be on it. My name is probably on it. I don't really care. I've had it. I've lived 65 great years in this country. You can't do anything to me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, I got nothing to give you. What are you going to do? Throw me in jail? Right. Come on. For what? Yeah.
And then especially from the digital age, they've been archiving everything we do online. They've got every
touch,
click, everything you've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't apply if you're Hunter Biden.
No.
or Hillary Clinton or any of those that are, any of those that are in the elite society. It's only for us peons. Right.
Well, I mean, that's what they threaten you with. They hold this threat of this evil information that we're going to open up and tell everybody about. How about that? How would you like that? Now shut your mouth and go sit down.
What you said, you can go it's FOIA information, Freedom of Information Act. You can go to DuckDuckGo CIA reading room. You can go right there and read all these,
exactly
unclassified.
What I'm just telling you.
Right. That's it. Mockingbird. Was it Jane Fonda you were talking about or somebody else? I couldn't. No. I was paying attention trying to do the search and I heard AK-47 or something.
No, that was Patty Hearst.
Patty Hearst. Oh, Patty Hearst. Okay.
Yeah, the Hearst family, the one with all the cash.
Yeah.
Sort of like the Biden family, the mafia with all the cash. They got all that backdoor money, baby.
Well, there's so many of these wealthy families with a tremendous amount of power and influence, right? I mean, we know that.
Right.
Look back to the Rockefellers. I mean, it's amazing.
Hey, if you want to contest any of these things that I'm saying or Jeff's saying, we'd love to talk to you. 1-843-800-1492. Lines are open.
Yeah, it's Monday, but come on.
Yeah, bring it. I mean,
I even got my Chuck Woolery here for you, 2 and 2 and everything. Look at this, man. That's going on great.
Herb Tarlick there.
I know. Well, it's all the rain we had, out there. I came out of the fitness center today and it was like just pouring cats and dogs, man. I was like, wow. So I figured I'd just give it a little Slick Rick look today.
I like it, man. I like it. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. And Al Pacino. Come on, Big Al. So what do we got going on
tonight? We got from Osprey Village, we got Channing Heiss joining us, one of the directors from that Osprey Village. Great place. Folks, if you're out and about, be sure to check out their thrift stores. One is on 170 and the other one's on the island. Please go in, buy a little something. It really will help those people out that are running that and trying to move that money into a development for special needs adults. And they're allegedly they're having a huge announcement tonight on our show.
Oh, wow.
So I'm
stay tuned.
I'm privileged to hear that. I can't wait. But they're a great bunch of people. I can tell you that. They've been doing this a long time. And they have a bunch of dedicated people that just want to normalize everyone's life.
That's great.
And that's the best way I can put that. Because the people with special needs, some of them with Downs and syndrome, etc., but they're adults and they're, that they can live by themselves or with a caretaker nearby, and they have jobs, they work hard, and they love life.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if you ever been touched and had been fortunate enough to meet one, sorry about that, to meet someone with special needs, there are, it'll crush you.
Yeah.
It'll let you know just how blessed you are. So we're looking forward to the conversation tonight with Channing Heiss. Terrible. It's supposed to be raining all week now.
It looks like that way. Yeah.
Rain showers through the weekend. Right now it's 77 degrees in the Bluffton area.
Was it the water festival up in Beaufort this week? Or
yeah, this Saturday. I guess they had a big time. My good friend Paul Adams went to it and was kicking his heels up there. I guess they had some really nice country and western people.
Huh.
We're going to find out some new information when we go up to Operation Patriots FOB.
Why don't you talk about that on Wednesday? We're going up.
Yeah, we're heading up. We're going to cover. We're going to go live, I think, from there on Facebook for a while and interview some people and take a look at the sites and surroundings. But we're also traveling with the Sun City Veterans Association, which we're excited about because I understand that they're going to be making a donation to OPSFOB, and that'll be great because they certainly do great work. They help combat veterans and veterans try to make the transition into the normal life after struggling with PTSD or TMI or traumatic brain injury.
TBI. Yeah.
TMI. I'm such a dope.
So am I. Sorry. That's why I love you, man.
Yeah.
That's with 2 peas in a pod.
Right.
So that's Wednesday morning we're going up, right?
Wednesday morning, yeah. We're going to be up there, leave about 9 and then up here about 10 and then probably spend an hour or two.
Cool. Yeah, because I haven't been up there yet. So it's going to be nice. JR and the rest of the staff will be up there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's really a fine facility. Huge. 238 acres in Ridgeland. They have some cabins, some trailers. They're always looking for, if you got an old trailer that you're not using anymore, an old travel trailer that you just don't know what to do with, look, donate it to OPSFOB. They'll put it to use immediately because there's a lot of homeless vets hanging around, and it would certainly be great to provide them a roof over their head, even if it's for a couple nights while they're getting on their feet. So big things going on in Operation Patriots, FOP, as well as Strike Force down in Savannah. We're going to have them on next month. We can't wait to talk to them. Not much happening local news other than the water festival up in Beaufort. I didn't find.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I was looking at the island packet just to see everything that's going on. I'm not even going to give any attention to the quote variants that are out there trying to spook people again. But for the most part, yeah, it seems pretty quiet.
Yeah,
all quiet in the Low Country.
I see this. What is this? Her name is Ghislaine.
I think it's pronounced Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell,
the former partner of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, she's the recruiter.
Yes,
yeah,
she was.
She recruited young girls.
That's how it
for these savages to, do whatever they did with them. I don't even want to talk about it really, but there's just no hope for.
It's sickening, man.
Yeah,
it really is. It just turned. It just.
Well, the lawyers from the prosecution is they're really dropping a hammer on her. She claims near a total amnesia about the 23 flights she took with this woman, Virginia G, on Epstein's private jet. Now, this young lady was like 16, 17 years old, just to clear it up, and was recruited by this Maxwell character. And, she doesn't, even though she was on a manifest, they have photographs of her, with Clinton, with the prince, with Jeffrey Epstein, the whole bit. This woman, Virginia G, was basically molested and sexually abused by these. And that's allegedly. I don't know that as a fact, but
that's what's being reported.
That's what's being reported, yes.
And I think she's done interviews as well, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, she's got an extraordinary lack of memory about her involvement in the abuse. Yeah, well, of course she's going to say, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember that. What are you talking about? Based on her convenient and near total amnesia about the documented incriminating events alone, a reasonable jury could find that she acted deliberately and maliciously when she arranged for false and defamatory statements about Virginia G to be transmitted literally around the globe. So she was dropping a bomb on this now grown woman, and planting all this side talk that this isn't true. She's lying. Unfortunately, she wasn't. And her boss met his demise in jail, which saved us a lot of money, taxpayer-wise.
How conveniently, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then they get, And
I don't know if that was closure for all the victims for all the years. There were
of
quite
course
not.
not.
And that's just, it's.
They don't care about this. They do not care about this.
No, and I can't even describe
how
sickening it is.
I'll tell you, it's a lot of things happening in this country today. Government targets EMS providers and firefighters in Arizona shooting. Folks, it's not getting any better. Lawlessness is starting to take over the goodness. And all I can say is protect yourself at all times.
That's right.
That's all you can do. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat and eat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
This ain't no podcast. We're live, baby. TalkOneRadio.com. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are back, and thanks for waiting for us to pay some bills. We appreciate that. We appreciate you listening to us, and we are growing daily, especially with our national, I guess it's syndication, you could call it. It's over 100 stations are carrying our show on a delayed basis, of course, but we have the 3 to 5 slot across the country, so we are really blessed and fortunate to have that. And we're moving smartly forward. We also have the, what is it, God, Family, and Country TV.tv and REEL.tv
Yep.
is carrying our shows right hot off the YouTube deal. We just sent them the MP4 and off they go. So I don't know if they're just desperate for content or they're loving our stuff.
We'll see.
The broker that talked to me,
the jury's out.
said that they've done enough, shadowing of our content. They like it, and it's good. So God's blessed us in that area, and we're more than happy to accommodate more people listening. Gives us more opportunity to grow. More shows. I want to talk about Restaurant Talk, It's Your Business, along with our brand new show that debuted that last Saturday called Successful Seniors with Doug Fair. Great job. Spent a full hard hour talking about what you should know about your retirement income and how to stretch it, how to manage it. And here's the good thing about Doug Fair, folks. You can find him on our web page, too. Just go to Successful Seniors. He does not charge you personally. He makes his money by utilizing the many different vehicles he has for you to stretch your money, protect your money, and live long and prosperously. So it's not something like, he charges $1,200 a year or anything like that. That's not what it's all about.
And that's on Saturdays where you and Doug come in. That was just this past Saturday.
Yeah, 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Yep. The next show is on the 31st of July, and we're excited about it as well as he is. But right now we have Channing Heiss from Osprey Village on the line. We've had these folks on several times, and they never fail to impress me with their dedication and the ease that they share information, which is really quite unusual these days. But I hope they have a big announcement. That's what we've been promised. Let's go to them now. Channing Heiss, good evening. This is Al Flowers, joined by Jeff Zapp, and you're on TalkOne Radio.
Hey, Al and Jeff, how are you today?
Good, man. How's it going? It's nice to hear you again.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Yeah. So what's new? I mean, you're breaking ground, you're building houses. What's the good word?
Well, we've got a couple of different things going on since we last talked. Of course, obviously, things for all of us have been a little bit more challenging than they were the last time you and I spoke.
Right.
But even through some of the quarantining that we had to do, some of the shutting down we had to do over the past year and a half, we've continued our conversations and negotiations on the development of the neighborhood that, as you know, we're eventually building up there in Hardyville, which will be part of that East Argent development, which is going to be very, very big in the next 10 plus years.
Oh yeah,
we're really excited about being up there. That's going to be a hopping and up and coming place, and we're going to be right there. So we've continued that. We didn't slow that down, and we've been working with people in the public and private sector to try to get those plans laid down and moving along. As you know, it's a long process. We've been at it since really the founding in 2008. But look, things are going well, and we are anticipating that at our current pace of progress, we will see the what we like to call phase one of phase one opening somewhere around maybe early 2023.
Nice. And that's erect buildings, correct?
I'm sorry?
That's some buildings complete?
Yes. We're going to be working on the, once we get our capital campaign going, we're going to be raising money with the goal of getting the various housing options and the common buildings built. That's going to be, as you can imagine, quite an undertaking.
Oh yeah.
We have to earn our first $1 million before we can put the shovels in the ground. So when that capital campaign starts, you'll all know about that. But look, it's happening. And one of the things that we're always very aware of is that people have been looking for us for a long time. We do a lot of other things in our organization other than to build that. We do services and education and advocacy and various other things. And the thrift stores, of course, we run 2 thrift stores, one up in Oakity and one on Hilton Head on Main Street. So a lot of things going on other than the big news, which usually grabs most of the attention. But we have a lot of oars going out, a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, that away. When this is done, when Osprey Village nears completion, and you have some single family homes or villas or townhouses, well, however you have in your plans, is there going to be
right? It'll be mixed use.
Yeah, is it going to be? There's going to be a opportunity for residents to get training right there in their own neighborhood, and then move out of there, and then be able to be employable down the road?
Yes. In fact, everybody who moved in, and we're getting inquiries all over the place. We're pretty much going to be full when we open. So there's a lot of need. We get calls from all over the U.S. and sometimes even outside of the U.S. Everybody who moves in there will get access not only to safe and attractive housing options of any different variety. You can live in an apartment. You can live in a duplex. You can live in a cottage. We're even working on a program right now for condominiums, because people have expressed the desire to look at that as a cost-effective way of doing things. So you'll have a whole bunch of choices there. You'll have access to skilled training, life skill training, job skill training, job placement, recreation, other social opportunities. It's going to be great.
Oh, that sounds great. Are you going to have your own public transportation attached to that?
We are working on the transportation issue. We haven't figured out all of the nuts and bolts about how that's going to go, but we do know that that's going to be a major need. We do know that, and it's something that's very much central to what we're going to be doing. We actually, well over a year ago, in fact, almost 2 years ago, we did an Uber training course for some of our clients. And so we're going to be adding as many transportation options as we can get. And that is an ongoing story, and I'll continue to fill in the blanks as we can.
Okay. How many people are in your organization working hard on this?
Well, we're still a fairly small organization. We like to say we still wear many hats. Obviously, when you're a nonprofit, money and donations are your lifeblood, and so right. You do what you can with the funds that you have. We have a couple of store managers, a couple of assistant store managers. We have the services staff, which right now is having staffing problems, which we're hoping that will remedy themselves in the weeks and months to come. But right now we're low on staffing with that, so that's been kind of a lull. But our administrative staff consists of 4 of us, and really that's about it. Everything else is volunteer.
Wow.
So we are, that's the one thing that I always emphasize whenever I talk to anybody, and I so appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. We always emphasize the need for 2 things: donations and volunteers. We always need those.
So where would a lot of our listeners live in Sun City? Would someone that wanted to volunteer for the Osprey Village thrift store, let's say down on 170, would they just stop by and make that known?
Absolutely. Carm, who is the store manager up at the Oakity store, would be more than happy to see them. In fact, I happen to know she needs volunteers right now, even as we speak. So definitely stop in on Oakity Highway there and see Carm. And I know that she'll find a place for you, and she'd be much appreciative of anybody who wants to come in.
Right.
You can also call her. All the numbers are on the website. But yeah, absolutely stop in.
That sounds great. And this is not like lift that barge, tilt that bale. We're talking to just people to facilitate the exchange of money for items, right? It's like a retail outfit.
Right. It's a thrift store. We're always looking for donations of merchandise and all of that.
Right.
And people, I've got to tell you, people have been extraordinarily generous with that. We have, we are definitely not lacking in donations. We want them to keep coming, but we are an embarrassment of riches when it comes to merchandise donations right now, and that's thanks to the fantastic people in our community.
Oh, that's great. Now you hear that, folks. If you want some good stuff to take a peek at, make sure you get down to the Osprey Village thrift store on 170. That's where all our stuff goes.
And I happen to know they might be interested to know that now the Main Street store, they've got a lot of great deals on furniture right now. A lot of furniture in really good condition. So if you want furniture, hey, come and see them at Main Street.
Nice. Yeah. All right. What about? I want to ask you about costs. Do the people, the residents, have to fully pay for the housing themselves, or is it subsidized?
Well, there's going to be a variety. There's going to be, there's going to be some that falls under the Section 8. There's going to be some that's not connected to that. A lot of the folks are going to be able to pay through various waiver programs and things like that. Medicaid waivers, that sort of thing, or they can private pay. There are a lot of different options there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And the banks are all behind you, I'm hoping.
Well, we've been working on that for a long time. That's a complicated business because they have their requirements and we have to follow those requirements. So we've been looking around, and obviously, various avenues have various different requirements. And so it's when you do a program as monumentally huge as this, you're going to it's not a straight line. It's complicated. It takes many years. You evolve. You change your plans according to the circumstances that you run into. As you learn things, you change. And of course, other people get to make decisions on what they're going to be able to lend you or grant you. So you deal with that as it comes.
Yeah, absolutely. Challenges abound. There's all.
Yes.
Wow.
But we are determined that we're not going to stop till we succeed. So you can take that to the bank.
That way to go.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Especially when you said the capital campaign. When you start talking money, I think you said $1 million to get it off the ground, if you will, or get the shovel in the ground.
Yeah.
That's where the rubber meets the road, right?
Right. That's one of our self-imposed guidelines. $1 million before we put shovels in the ground. But we are going to need 14 to 16 million for the project, and then a number of million after that to keep it going. Obviously, it's a two-phase proposition. You have to build it, and then you have to run it, and that's going to add up. So we need people. Once the capital campaign gets going, we are looking for those big investors who want to invest in freedom and opportunity, who want to invest in values that we all share. And hold dear. And if you want to open a door for somebody, open a door for a neighbor, and invest in this, because that's a great way to do it.
Right.
Yeah, it was just on your website. It's a beautiful. I like the design and certainly everything that you all are doing. It's fantastic. And I just want to make sure if folks do want to find out more information, can you tell our listeners where to find out more information about your organization, please?
Sure. Yes, there's several ways. You can call our office at 843-422-6099. That's a voicemail for right now, but I try to get back to people as soon as we can. We're not moved. I'm not moved back into the office yet. Okay. You can go on our website, which is www.ospreyvillage.org.
Okay.
You can visit our Facebook page, which is @OspreyVillage. Any of those ways you can get information about us. Or you can stop in our headquarters at Main Street, or, like I said, the Oakity store, and they'll be happy to answer questions for you. So
wonderful. Thanks for sharing that with our listeners. Really appreciate that, and commend you on what you all are doing and have been doing for quite some time.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What you're looking at 2023 as a target date for yourself?
Right. That's how it looks right now. According to our, the pace of our progress, that's when we're estimating having all of the technicalities through, because you have to obviously have a lot of applications and permits and various things like that. So yes, that's our projection. And we're going to keep working diligently toward that.
Are there any other communities like this, like Osprey Village proposal in the United States?
Yes, there are other village developments like this in various incarnations in other states. In fact, over the past many years, we've been looking at what other people have done in other regions, and we've kind of we take some from here and some from there, and we kind of put our own spin on it and kind of gather an amalgamation of ideas from other places, and then use what we can use and make it our own. So we've had a lot of help. I got to say, we've had a lot of help from people who are doing similar things in other parts of the country. We've had a lot of support from them, and it's just been a great learning experience. You go to their website, you can learn so much, and then you set up a meeting and with the folks who did this and learn from what they did. That's the important thing, is that we're all on the same team, heading toward the same goal, and we can always learn from one another.
Sure, absolutely. I don't know. You're doing some real God-driven work here, Jenny, no doubt about it in my mind. And it's going to get smoother for you, no doubt.
Yeah. And I want to let everybody know, if you're in town, I'm so excited about some fundraisers we've got coming up. Mm-hmm. We've got our annual golf fundraiser coming up on November 7th. It's going to be held on Hilton Head Island at the Golden Bear Golf Course in Indigo Run. And the website information is already up there if you want to find out. If you want to buy tickets, you want to become a golfer, you want to participate in any way, the information's up there. And we hope to see a lot of people there. We're going to raise a lot of operational funds so that we can keep the lights on and keep doing what we do.
Nice. November 7th, folks. Mark your calendar. Yeah, we'll probably get a team together and go out there and stumble and bubble around.
That would be awesome. I look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, we'll bring a check for sure.
It's one of those things. It's fun, even if your game is not where you want it to be, you can still have a good time.
Can I be the caddy?
There's a lot of fellowship.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And we promise not to laugh too hard.
Well,
my ball finds the woods all the time, or the water.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll bring the foot wedge and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
There you go. And there's a cookout, so everybody gets to end the day on a great note.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
That's always
what
good.
else do you have? Do you have anything else organized that you're trying to promote? Floor is yours, sir.
Well, like I say, we're always looking for donations. You can, it's unique because you can actually, if you'd like to, you can earmark a donation to a certain aspect of our organization that you'd like to help. You could, if you wanted to donate to services, for example, you could write services in the memo section and do that, or you can just send a general donation to Osprey Village Inc. If you want to donate toward the capital campaign, you can do that too. In fact, we are in a partnership with the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry, and on their website there's a drop-down menu where you can actually choose to donate to Osprey Village.
Nice.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of other fundraisers that are coming up that are kind of in the planning stages, so be looking for those in 2022, because we're planning ahead. And as challenging as 2020 and 21 have been, we're looking forward to a great 2022. So we'll have a lot of fun events for everybody, and we'll be talking more about that as we fill in the details.
Sounds great. That is absolutely fantastic. So in summary, you're looking for some people to man the shops at both in Oakity and also on the island, correct?
Right. I happen to know that Oakity really needs volunteers right now. They're doing fairly well at Main Street right now, but Oakity needs them like crazy. And we're also looking for event chairs to run some of our future fundraisers. So if you're interested in that, if you have a fundraising or an event coordination background, if you're good at that, by all means, call us and let us know, or email us at info@ospreyvillage.org and let us know.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, Jenny, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciated the time that you spent with us. We're always thinking about Osprey Village, and we wish them nothing but the best in the future.
Thanks, Ellen and Jeff. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and this terrific opportunity. It's always great to talk to you.
Thanks.
Likewise. Take care.
He's always nice to talk to. I'll tell you that, they have an admin staff of 4 people doing the work of probably 40 people to get something like, this is monumental. I mean, and I love their tenaciousness about it,
Well, that's why I asked him about, it's one thing to have dreams and aspirations of starting a development like this, but when you look at the money aspect, we're talking $16 million out there in the Argent area, East Argent area. But I love the concept, to have independent living for these adults with developmental disabilities.
Right.
And so,
special needs.
Yeah, really nice fella. And I'm grateful. I wasn't familiar with them, honestly, until tonight.
Yeah.
But so they've got thrift store locations in Okatee and also in Main Street in the island. And big golf tournament coming up. It looks like you need to register by October.
Let's mark it. Oh, it's already up there?
It's on the website, and it says that you need to it said, was it November 7th is the tournament. But you need to register by October 15th. So just go to ospreyvillage.org and all the information is right there for you.
Okay, very good. Sounds great. That's we're in.
I'll be your caddy.
Hey, we got to figure out what we need to know golf. When we have to go down to Savannah Harley.
Yeah.
For the dedication.
That's in September, I think, isn't it?
Oh, September? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I just had a panic moment there.
No, that's all right. Well, we're going to have Strike Team in here next week or a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think so. In mid-August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Mid-August. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have the director and her husband, both great people. I met them out at OpsVob. And you were here for the other part of the team that was.
Yeah, Kenny. Remember, he was sitting right here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And
I really enjoyed.
Jules, really nice.
Yeah, it was just down to earth, man. I guess that's the thing. It's absolutely love when we're just having conversations here in the studio. It's good stuff.
Well, absolutely, and it's good to have people that give of their time freely. When you hear people say, "Oh, there's nothing to do around here." Listen, if you just give a couple of
that?
Well, believe me, you got to live in Sun City to really appreciate it.
Under a rock to say that when you live here in the Low Country. My goodness, right?
I hear you. I mean, you can refresh your life by volunteering for just a very subtle charity. No hats and horns time. It's, just go in like Osprey Village. It's the thrift store is right next to that new Circle K at the corner of Argent Way and 170. That little plaza there. Great bunch of people that work there.
That's where I've seen the logo. Now it's coming to, now it's starting to sink in.
We just got done, emptying out some of our closets at the house and, just said, if we haven't touched it in 6 months,
thrift store, right? And because there's several different types of thrift stores here. I don't know how to operate. God's Goods is one that operates with the church, right?
Yeah.
So, and this one has 2 locations, Osprey Village, and you heard him discussing what their ultimate goal is, right?
Yeah.
So,
it's really a nice place. They could probably use a bigger place, but that's what they got for what they have. So
make use of what you have, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, good stuff. I'm really excited for them. I can't wait until 2023. And just think about this, folks. You're going to end up with jobs galore in there because there's going to be a need for maintenance. There's going to be a need for landscaping, all types of things. So, I mean, it's a real addition to our community. Even though it's in Hardyville, I'm sure Harry Williams will take care of them. No problem. The mayor of Hardyville, my hero. With that, we're going to head to break. We'll be right back in about 4.32 minutes. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
This ain't no podcast. We're live, baby. TalkOneRadio.com. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are back on it. Man. We got Joey Rockets from Ohio calling again. Guy's beautiful. I love having him on the show. Great patriot. He knows what side the bread is buttered, folks. Let's go to him right now. Joe, it's always nice to have Joe here. Joe
Great
Caruso.
He knows what.
Turn your radio down.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
It's all about you, man. It's your world. I'm just living in it.
Al, your camera's out, man.
Oh, wow. There you go. You couldn't stay away. You couldn't stay away. My wife says my face is still blacked out. I don't know. You better be careful with that racial stuff.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, it looks like you two go to the same barber now.
Easy, partner. Come on, Jack. Tell me a story.
Yeah.
I thought you liked my John Zapp look that I got going on here, Big Joe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you're looking like the big chief of old, man, Big John Zapp.
Yeah, I think everyone at the household was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Hey, this is my Chuck Woolery. I'll be back in 2 and 2."
All you need to do is walk around with a PBR and you'll be all set.
I'm not going to fight it anymore. This whole thing on the side, it's all of a sudden it's like letting a lightning bolt down the center of my head, man. It's coming. I don't know. Rogaine, anybody?
Looks like you're getting a set of Mississippi mud flaps on the side there, buddy.
Something, brother. It is what it is, right? What's going on tonight? Tell us what's on your mind.
Yeah, what's happening?
So I got two things, and the folks over in PA, I live real close to Erie, Pennsylvania, Jeff.
Yep.
And I think I mentioned this, a while back when I called into you guys that 167,000 people voted in the last election, and roughly 87,000 live there.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that makes sense.
And so, the numbers just don't add up. And so the Republican majority House in Pennsylvania actually went out to Arizona to look at what they're doing and how they're doing it out there in Maricopa County. And he came back just the other day and said that state of Pennsylvania is going to investigate and audit their election 100%.
Yeah, is that Doug Mastriano?
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's squared away, man.
Yeah, and so he's rock solid, man. So hopefully they do something. But it's starting to really come out, and you and I touched upon this. It's kind of hard to actually have any faith in your elections, and it really hit me hard, the other day when you guys were on, and Lori said that she didn't feel like her vote counted, and
right.
She's not the only person,
right?
And I think that no matter how much it costs, the most important thing is we get to the bottom of it, and because the numbers don't lie unless it's COVID,
right?
Well, that's right.
And we
go ahead.
And one of the things I sent you a link because I thought it was when that came out a couple days ago that 45,000 people died of the COVID vaccination, and the government hadn't published it. And so I figured I'd try and correlate that to how many service members died from 1980 to 2010 in all the conflicts that we had. And I think, there's roughly from 1992 to 2010, we were at war 100 days, 365 days a year. And we had conflicts before that with Libya and Panama and whatnot. And it's astounding that less people died in that 30-year period than have died from COVID vaccinations.
Yeah, I just saw that article today that someone had posted. I actually, I'm not that familiar with it yet. And I think there was somebody that had said it was an attorney that was going to be suing in a state. And I'm not sure, maybe you can give more details about it because I don't know it that well. And it was going to be working with America's Frontline Doctors that there's not just one VAERS, this vaccine adverse effects reporting system, but there's actually 11. Does that sound right? And that
that's exactly
these numbers
right.
have been shifted, and actually a lot more people have died than what's being reported.
Absolutely. And so, I started talking with, Mom about it. She's a pretty wise old bird,
Yeah, she is.
And so she looked at me and she goes, "You know what?" She goes, "You're playing Russian roulette." And I said, you're absolutely right. When you think about it, and they want to give this thing to kids whose immune systems are developing naturally.
Right.
And so I said, that kid's got a better chance toting a rifle on the battlefield,
Absolutely.
than he is surviving this COVID vaccination,
right.
Yeah, well, we've never seen anyone. There's never been a time in our history as a nation where, we've talked about the incentives, Vax-A-Millions, to give away free beer or donuts or whatever it is to get the jab. And now they're coming door to door. And this now, we got to stop the disinformation out there on social media.
Yeah,
it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, do we live in a republic, or if they've taken our elections, we're worse than a banana republic?
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff, I actually I threw it out there on Facebook because I wanted to see what they would do, because they've been censoring some of my posts, right?
Yeah.
And Fact Check didn't come back and tell me I was wrong.
Huh.
Anytime in the last, I don't know how many months, I've posted something about COVID-19, they've limited it, or they've suppressed it. This time around, nothing. Not a thing.
Why do you think that is?
Now they got their hands filled turning everything else over to the FBI.
I mean, at the end of the day, and that's what I copied you in that Facebook post, and there's a reason I put that link in there to the U.S. government's website, and I don't think that they can actually say anything for disinformation when you tell them the truth.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook, and I have to honestly say, I'm not really a big social. We actually had this conversation, my daughter and I, today. We were having breakfast, and she's like, Dad, what do you think if I got rid of all my social media, would you get rid of all yours? I'm like, hey, now that's a good idea. Because I said, honestly, the amount of time that I waste probably going through, sifting through social media.
Right.
I know it's a relatively a small fraction compared to what these kids, the younger kids, the teenagers and the young adults they spend a lot more time than I do on it. I'm sorry, I haven't even been on Facebook today, Joe.
Well, it's
for about 5 minutes.
Well, it's one of those things where, that plays into, you guys have 88% of Americans are concerned about rising costs. And if you view it, I look at it as being Switzerland, right? Because I want to hear both sides of it. I think it's important. And not that I agree with it, but then you listen all those people that are like, oh, it's not, the costs aren't going to rise. Yeah, they're going to rise.
They are.
And well, they've already gone up. Cost of gas has gone up 75 cents here in the state of Ohio.
Right.
And it's approaching $1 since this time last year. And the cost of eggs and milk and chicken has gone up 3x per pound. I mean, chicken, for crimity's sake. The cost of beef is outrageous. The cost of pork is outrageous. And now we're basically paying for futures, like on commodities, like it's gasoline.
Yep.
Exactly. So if they don't think it's going to go up, they're crazy.
Right. We just went grocery shopping today and spent like plus time and a half on a regular, 2-week pull that we normally spend. It was like plus 50%.
Yeah, and that's what Doug Fair was talking about, right? You can't, your dollar doesn't buy as much because the inflation is continues to go up. So, yeah, people here in the United States, especially. I mean, I don't know that guy up there in that White House. He has to know enough that, man, what they're doing is totally destroying our country, certainly the economy. But what you said earlier, Joe, about what it was going to take for, to make sure there was no voter fraud, right? I mean, at the end of the day, let's just go in and take a look at it. I mean, they're talking about trillions of dollars for this infrastructure bill, right? So I know we can find some money, correct?
Human infrastructure.
Human
infrastructure.
Well, they said it cost them somewhere around $70 million to do Maricopa County, Jeff. $70 million to Maricopa County, the full audit, right?
Yep.
Months of it.
Yeah.
Out of that $3.6 trillion, I get, we could probably spare a couple $100 million just to do a once over.
Right.
I agree.
Just
in
wash
some
it
of
off.
these counties.
Wash it one time.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing to worry about, if there's no fraud involved, then why are the Democrats fighting each audit?
Yeah, and I've said from the very beginning, hey, I don't care if you're in a red state like here in South Carolina. Let's look at a few of the counties. Let's do a full forensic audit. And if everything's hunky-dory, dandy, let's move on. Then I guess you guys have been doing well. But if we find irregularities, abnormalities, statisticals, some machine duplications, the way they're tabulated or calculated, we see negative numbers or vote switching or any of that nefarious stuff, guess what? Houston, we've got a problem here, okay? And what they've uncovered in Arizona is going to be overshadowed to what they're going to find in Fulton County, Georgia, up in Philadelphia area, in Pennsylvania, like you said, and I think Erie even had some problems, right? So
absolutely,
it's coming to a theater near you folks, and those that have been calling us, wackadoodles and tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists and all this stuff. No, man, I'm just looking. Let's just look at, when somebody comes and does an audit, I don't sit there and blow back to the IRS when they're crawling up my backside because they want to check out my finances. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
So let's get it done. Let's quit whining about it, because if there is fraud, I think regardless of, it's a nonpartisan issue here. Let's get to the bottom of it. If it's supposed to be the consent of the governed and the free and fair elections, which are obviously fundamental to us as a republic, then let's get it done, period.
Well, and to go back and think about it, Jeff, Al, how old of a guy are you?
I'm going to be 65.
Spill the beans, Al.
65.
65. When you were 18 years old, Al, how long did it take to count the votes?
It was like almost overnight.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Now think about that. Think about that. How many weeks did it take us to count votes in some of these states?
Yeah, it was.
Now, when you were a kid, you were 18 years old. It took 24 hours, and they had the election results the next day.
Right.
And it's funny, my mom's 80, and she said the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, because it should be election day, not election month or election quarter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. There's hand-marked paper ballots and the old precinct style tally the ballots, man. I mean, that's it.
That's it.
It's not hard. And we've made it so somebody said, elections are so complicated. We've been up to Columbia. I've talked to experts, and I look at it from a systems perspective, Joe, right? Engineering. And I'm like, man, you got a lot of fat in here. We just went up to Columbia, and Lori was talking about when Friday, you probably listened to her discussing ERIC, Electronic Registration Information Center. It's a nonprofit supposedly that was set up, for member states to pay an initiation fee and a subscription to help clean the voter rolls, right? They're not even using all the modules. And we started here in South Carolina in 2018. Bottom line is we've got Social Security Administration. We've got all these different databases, all these disparate systems in a bureaucracy that's out of control. You would think that maybe Agency A would be able to talk to Agency B in today's ubiquitous world when they can spy on us easily, right? And they can capture all communications. So you're telling me they don't have the technology to be able to clean a voter roll adequately and efficiently without voter, quote, and I'm emphasizing here, voter suppression? Come on, man.
Well, Jeff, it's like you guys mentioned the DMV last week, right?
Right.
And ERIC and whatnot. And I started looking into that in the state of Ohio. We do use ERIC, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a waste of money. It really is.
I agree.
But at the end of the day, I sat down and this whole U.S. Census thing was kind of kind of a joke that we went through. I had a guy come by my door, right? But it's funny because whenever you come to the state of Ohio, now let's just say that 10%, plus or minus 5%, right? So you have a 10% total run out of swag there. It could be 5% low or 5% high, but 10%, within 10% of where you need to be. Why can't you just get that from the DMV? Because they're the ones who actually put together driver's licenses, state ID cards, certificates. And to be honest with you, if you pay taxes in the county, you have to have a state ID at a minimum.
Right.
Well,
right?
Yes, I agree.
So why do we need a census necessarily, or Eric? Why can't the Department of Motor Vehicles or the ID department, depending on where it's carried in which state, why in Florida it's the taxation department, because they want your ID because they need to tax you, right?
Correct.
So it's not that hard. And to be honest with you, I don't find it an issue giving my ID to go vote, because if I need to go buy a beer, I got to show my ID anyways, right?
You sure do.
If you want to buy tobacco, I mean, even though you've got the Mississippi mudflaps going, you probably don't get carded anymore, Zapper.
I saw that train coming a long way off.
But you guys know what I mean.
That up, and I'm like, oh my, here comes the swing.
Well, you opened the door. I just walked through it. But you guys see where I'm getting at. Like, vote to say that IDing someone to vote is an issue is absolutely preposterous.
Oh, we agree
it's
with you 100%.
As ignorant as they get when someone tries to make that argument. You know?
Yeah.
That's crazy. What's going on in Ohio, Joe? I know you got a goofy governor over there, but the point.
Well, let me tell you, man. For the last 2 weeks, I told Zappa the other day. I think I saw Noah and the Ark floating by a couple times, going back and forth, because that's all we've had is rain, and we actually got the first nice day in 2 weeks up here. It's 75, 76 degrees and sunny.
Wow,
that's nice. Yeah.
Well, I know my buddies that live in the Vermilion area. They got, that whole town is flooded pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting hammered over there.
Yeah,
they are, because they're what, 2.5 hours away, Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're about 2.5 hours. They're on the west side of Cleveland, really getting hammered.
Yep.
Over there on the other side of Elyria.
Where are you? Close to Fairport Harbor up there?
No, go farther east. I'm probably 30 minutes east of where you grew up, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Girard and all that up in there.
Off of Interstate 90 towards Erie as you're going up there. So Ashtabula County.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Conneaut. Yep. Out that way.
Yeah. So, but it's it's nice up here, and I'll tell you though, what we're really getting is we got a lot of fired up Republicans up here, and they're pumped up. And one of the things that someone brought about was, in some of the counties in the state of Ohio, when it comes to election fraud, they saw it a lot closer than it was last election. And I'll tell you, last election in 2016, Trump just steamrolled the state of Ohio. And I'll tell you, you could drive 50 miles and see maybe one Biden sign this past election. And it was a lot closer this year than it was this past election than it was the one before. So there's a lot of Republicans that are pretty pumped up, and well, we'd like to take a look at some ballots and audit some of these counties that are a lot closer than what they should have been.
Yep, I agree.
Was
that fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice.
Shame on me.
Shame on me.
That's it.
All right, Joe. Glad you called in tonight, brother. Good talking to you. We really appreciate
you guys stay out of trouble down there in South Carolina.
Hey, could you send me some hair gel?
Yeah.
Just
sing me a song.
Talk to you later, man.
All right, Joe.
Bye, guys.
Joey Rockets, right? All the way from Ashtabula, Ohio, man. That's a snow belt there, baby.
Yeah, it is.
That is a snow belt there. We get hammered a little bit on the west side of Cleveland, where I grew. Oh, I didn't grow up there, but that's where I worked. But we lived there for like 15 years. But you turn that corner.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ding dong! Here comes the snow.
Here comes the snow. I mean, I grew up in Buffalo, so
Yeah.
I was up and down that 90 and Route 20.
Yeah,
a lot in my life, you know. And I'll tell you,
I like to see the snow from afar.
It's like ice road truckers, man.
Yeah.
Between those cities, you know, Ashtabula.
It was fun growing up there, but that's why we're down here.
Well, listen, I'm over the taxes. I'm over all that. I'm over the shoveling, the ice, all that BS. And came down here, made a steady diet of vacations down here. Just fell in love with the place. The people were great, especially the locals. You know, I mean, they tolerated us nicely. There wasn't a sideways word or nobody. They just tolerated you.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, granted, we had dollar signs dotted all over us, but that's okay. And now that I live here for about 13 years, I'm telling you, this is one of the best places I've lived.
A lot of growth, a lot of change over the past even 4 to 5 years here.
Yeah, and a lot of God-fearing people live here, I'm telling you, and they're grounded in the Lord.
Yep.
And that makes for a strong root system. And there's always people that want to reach out and help you out in this area. I don't care what the mainstream media tells you, or these Marxist BLM people, or these radical organizations that say that white people are all bad, black people are all bad. Baloney. We're all Americans. And I'll tell you, this is the best place to live as far as I'm concerned. I haven't come across like a complete, idiot. And I can't say that about living in Ohio because, you got to kind of, protect yourself at all times. Just like if you're in the ring,
Well, driving around here, that's the thing. It's like having an attitude of gratitude no matter where you are.
Right.
I think that's so important. It's easy to reflect on the little things, but
I got to give a shout out to a lady that, I used to drive Uber for my church. What I would do is
you were the Uber, the church Uber
driver?
Well,
yeah. Well, what I would do is I'd go out and work a couple heavy nights.
Yeah.
Make $300 or $400, and then I donate that money. That was my way of, volunteering. That was my mission work, so to speak.
Nice.
And I liked it because I got to meet a ton of people, and they were all very nice. And one lady that I got into a deeper relationship with, more friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I would take her. I would be her driver to the airport all the time. And her family lived in Utah. And Pat Mulvey, you will be missed because you're one of the sweetest ladies I've ever gotten to know.
Mm.
So God must have needed somebody in the marketing department up there in heaven, because what a nice lady.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
she's home.
She never missed a happy hour. She says it's 5:00 somewhere. She goes, I can't wait
to die in a 3/4 time.
Right. I can't wait to get, and I'd pick her up like at 6:00 in the evening from a trip in Savannah, and I'd bring her home, and she'd go, I can't wait to get in the house and have a martini. Spend one hell of a day.
Yeah.
But she was, her husband was a Marine, passed away like 6 years ago now. And big John, I saw pictures of the guy. He was a monster.
Yeah.
Huge, 6'8". And she was from New York, I mean, she was.
Well, and that's what we were talking about, Sun City earlier. Actually, this entire area, you get such an amalgamation, such a conglomerate of different folks from around the country here.
Yeah.
And so, especially from the retirement communities, though, you learn a lot about these different people and their backgrounds,
sure,
right?
Right.
former CEOs and people that have owned businesses and so forth. It's just great.
On the other side of that coin,
you'll
you'll also get the people that are have a vivid imagination,
sure,
about what they used to do. They figure you're not going to fact check them or something. But when a guy tells me, I walked on the moon and I built the Empire State Building, he kind of runs out of gas with me.
Opens the scroll.
Yeah.
These are my list of
when I was working for the feds.
Back in 32,
I was like, I don't tell anybody anything about what I do. I mean, if they query me, I tell them, and that's it. I mean, I've never really asked you about what your background is, and it doesn't matter. I deal with you as a human being right now in front of me.
I don't care how many initials or letters you have beside your name, or how many titles and positions you've held. It's how you treat somebody.
Sure. Plus, I know that you engineer types are boring. I mean,
can't you tell?
Too much. We're going to take one last break. And when I come back, I got to do some reads because that's what we do around here.
Hey, I'll help you tonight.
Yeah. Well, why don't you do it?
How about that?
How about
We're
that?
a team here.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you in a few
minutes. All right. We'll be right back.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
This ain't no podcast. We're live, baby. TalkOneRadio.com. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, I like this one.
We are back, folks.
All right. Hey, listen. The Zapper's going to do the reads tonight. Thank you for letting me do this. Hey, if you haven't checked it out yet, you need to go to the eFit Club, folks. And here's the reason why. You go over there and see if you can see this. You're going to get a free 7-day pass to check out eFit Club when you mention Big Al. TalkOne Radio. Change your fitness, change your life. eFit Club's located over in the Belfair Town Village. You can give them a call, 843-707-9771, or just go check them out. Modern cardio. I was just talking with Al. I need to go over there. They've got it all. Modern, all the things that you need. And Jay, they'll take good care of you, folks. So go check out eFit Club. 843-707-9771. Again, over in Belfair Town Village, over by the old Kroger, for those of you wondering. And then tomorrow, speaking of eFit, I want to make sure that I mention the blood drive. Go over to the eFit Club. This is 137 Town Drive. Tomorrow, the 20th of July, from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Right. It's right in the Kroger parking lot, folks. At the east end of Kroger's on 278.
So go over there. There, obviously, if you can, please go give some blood. That's tomorrow. eFit over in the Kroger, the old Kroger right there. What's it? Belfair Town Village.
There
right?
you go.
Okay. Listen, the next one is Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care, 25 Cassidy Drive. Call Lindsay, 843-258-4207. It's a great facility right here in Bluffton. They're offering half off of their community fee if you mention TalkOne Radio, right?
That's just for you, folks.
So make sure that you mention TalkOne Radio when you talk to Lindsay at 843-258-4207. That's Vineyard Assisted Living. It's the microphone, and it's Monday. Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care, 25 Cassidy Drive, right here in Bluffton. All right. Wounded Spirits, we had them on the program just a few weeks ago. Fantastic folks. They have their next session, which is a workshop, and they have several of these all the way through the end of this year. On July 24th, the fourth session will be offered Guilt and Survivor Guilt. Please call them to register for any of these workshops or to find out more information. 843-379-8696. Ask for extension 231, or here's the cell number, 703-606-3858. That's Wounded Spirits, coming up on July 24th. It's
free.
It is free. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Free workshop with Wounded Spirits. Great folks doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Beautiful.
That's it.
That's it. Welcome back, folks. And we're happy to have you back. It's a privilege to transmit and talk to you and have you listen to us. It's very unusual that, we're allowed to do this. I mean, this I wouldn't have thought this 10 years ago. I just kind of was a dream of that I just blew off in my mind. But here we are, and I can't tell you how over the moon I am about having the opportunity to do this. And our mission statement is basically this: we want to bridge that gap of communications to further understanding of all people, not just some. That's why we say we're conservative talk radio that listens. We're not here to shut anybody out. We get excited about what we believe in, and we believe in this United States of America and the foundation that it rests upon, and the God-given rights that we were given by the founding fathers of this country. And that's it. Now, if you have some other angle that you'd like to talk about, I want you to feel free to call us. We're not going to bite your head off. We're not going to embarrass you. We're not going to shipwreck the call. We're not about that. We're both God-fearing men. And for a God-fearing team, I mean, I got to include the producer because she works just as hard as we do. I mean, what you see here, all these guests that come on, she does all the work. She does all the backstories. She gets everybody in line and ready to go. So it's a real privilege to have you on board and be able to talk to you. Like I said, stay with us. We're going to be growing. It's about time that people that think like us, that love this country and love what it's about and want to raise our kids and with a rule of law and some semblance of order without kowtowing to every single idiosyncrasy that some wild idea or wild hair has people jumping through hoops, like getting arrested for hate speech if you don't use a proper pronoun. I mean, folks, in Canada, they're burning Catholic churches down out on a prairie in Saskatchewan, Alberta, some in Northwest Ontario even. And they're burning churches down. They've jailed preachers up there. They've put high wire fences, just like Pelosi did around the people's house, with barbed wire on the top of them, keeping people out of their own church. They lost their freedom to exercise their religious right. Just like that. I think we need to just gather ourselves up, think about what's important to us. Things are changing so subtly now. You think that this Delta variant, this double lambda variant, all of a sudden we got this dope out in California, and I'll call him a dope, this Newsom guy. He is your basic tyrant, Marxist, communist. No doubt why he got elected out in that state. But now he's telling people that they have to wear masks inside now. So, I mean, how's that reflective on this vaccine that everyone is trying to sell us by free lottery tickets, door to door? Hey, hi, I just want to talk to you about your vaccine. I recommend you throw those people off your property immediately. You don't have to talk to anybody like that. I'm serious. I mean, there's no reason for you to get engaged with some minions that they're giving. You know, they're hiring these people. You know, remember Joe Biden says, and all his minions have said, this is for human infrastructure, meaning some of that trillions of dollars are going to be earmarked for sidewalk pounders to come door to door and scare the hell out of Granny and say, you better get your jab or vaccine right away.
Fear factor is so high right now, is it not?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, look at what's happening, though. You know, here comes another onslaught of virus, another spooky Chicken Little thing happening with us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have the FBI, CIA, NSA, every alphabet 3-letter organization that's involved in intelligence, combing through with the help of Facebook, Twitter, and what's the other big one? Instagram. They are gathering information about you. And I want to play you something. This is a representative, the press representative of the President of the United States of America. Listen closely to what she says. It's unbelievable.
In terms of actions, Alex, that we have taken, or we're working to take, I should say, from the federal government, we've increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation, providing for Facebook or other platforms to measure and publicly share the impact of misinformation on their platform and the audience it's reaching. Also with the public, with all of you, to create robust enforcement strategies that bridge their properties and provide transparency about rules. You shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others if you for providing misinformation out there. Taking faster action against harmful posts. As you all know, information travels quite quickly. If it's up there for days and days and days, when people see it, it's hard to put that back in a box. And of course, promoting quality information. Algorithms, I don't know how they work, but they all do know how they work.
Yeah, they do know how they work. Right.
Oh, my goodness.
I have another.
No soup for you.
No soup.
No
right.
soup for you.
Listen, they're tracking us. You heard her on her first sentence. She said, we're sharing information and tracking. Now, a lot of people are saying to themselves, well, listen, if they're putting out bad information, she goes on to say in another quote that I have, I won't bother playing it, it's kind of late in the tooth here, but that this misinformation, alleged misinformation, by the way, is killing people. Joe Biden said it himself the other day, that people that put out information as they know it, whether they are people of science, medical people, if they put that out and it's contrary to what the sing-song is coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, then we get a problem. They're the problem. We need to...
Ministry of Truth, I think, is what Orwell called it, right?
Right. We need to encapsulate these people, ban them from all social media. That's just a start, folks. And then you're going to need a re-education camp. I see that, I see that in your future.
No, I'm sorry, not going to happen, because like I said, what people are starting to wake up to, because they don't teach us in civics anymore. They don't teach, they might want to teach critical race theory in these schools. But the reality is, if you study the U.S. Constitution, and more specifically, your state Constitution. I'm reading from the South Carolina State Constitution.
Yeah, this is powerful, folks.
All political power is vested in and derived from the people only. Did you hear that? Let me repeat that one more time. All political power is vested in and derived from whom? The people only. Therefore, they have the right at all times to modify their form of government. In the United States Constitution, it's the consent of the governed. It is we, the people. We give freely our powers to those elected officials to be to do what they need to
represent
do.
Us.
Representative form of government within our republic. This is not a democracy. When you hear the term, quote, democracy, it makes me want to scream. We are not a democracy. That's majority rules, mob rules. We are not. We are a representative form of government. We've always been. And so here's the thing. These people, whoever they are, illegitimately, they stand up there and they spout and pontificate these vehement remarks and rhetoric about things they shouldn't be discussing. But listen, at some point, when are we going to realize that it's we the people? And all I can say is all this disinformation, they're projecting, they're doing the disinformation campaign. And we, the people, are the ones that are trying to figure it out in this minefield of I don't know, lies that we see. It is evil as all get out. And I'm telling you what, they want to control and manipulate. Fear is never a good thing. It's never a good motivator. Love is. Love is the best motivator, but fear is never good. So let me tell you my 2 cents on this whole thing about COVID. If you haven't researched the PCR test, I want you to do a DuckDuckGo search tonight. The gentleman's name that invented the PCR test, his name is Kary Mullis. That's Karymullis. Go research the inventor of the PCR test, folks, because we just had a plane load full of Democrats go to Washington, escape from Texas, right? And supposedly they had the vaccine or the jab or whatever, but they had a breakthrough. They got COVID again. So the question is, how are they accurately testing if you have or don't have COVID? Go research Kary Mullis. Find out what the PCR test was designed for. Find out what the cycle threshold is. They had it ratcheted up to 40. You can find about anything in that threshold, that cycle. It's supposed to be down in the teens, I think 17 or 18. When Biden came into quote power, they ratcheted it down from 40 down to, I think, the mid-20s. It's still relatively high. So there's a lot of things that you have to understand. And then, as Joe, the caller, said earlier, this concept of more people have died from the vaccine than they're reporting. That truth is going to come out here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Check out Kary Mullis, inventor of the PCR test. And I think you'll be amazed at what you find.
Yeah. There is documentation out there, folks. Why do we have to wait for information from one of our own agencies, the FBI? Let's say, I'll just use the term, with this Hunter Biden deal. Why are we waiting on that? Why do we have Army generals? This what is his name? Milley.
Mark Milley.
Unbelievable. This guy is on an audition for the part of vice president like no one I've ever seen before. This guy is coming to your next DNC convention, Mark Milley. He'll probably have pink hair by then. But I mean, this guy is a command leadership position of the Army. This guy is the guy.
Yeah.
I listened to a rear admiral that's the head of the Navy talking insane. We're so distracted in the military right now, worrying about critical theory and making sure everyone knows that everybody is not, don't call him a him. It's not he. It's not sailor. It's sea woman. I don't.
Chinese and the Russians are laughing.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Our knickers are sliding down, and once they get down around our knees, it's a 1-2 punch, and we're going down for the count. It's just as simple as that. I'm telling you, the saber rattling that's going on in China right now is well beyond what's being reported, well beyond it. And if they attack Taiwan, we're in deep kimchi. I'm telling you right now, our friends in Taiwan, sorry, but that's going to become one giant gulag.
Yeah, we're just getting hit on all these different sides right now. I think Dr. Paul Richardson had commented on, looks like Facebook, referring back to even what Joe said earlier in the call. And I haven't researched that this much, but I know I saw an article by America's Frontline Doctors, but Dr. Richardson says the CDC whistleblower has testified to CDC reporting data greater than 50,000 COVID jab deaths.
Yeah.
So again, we hear all this information, and
it's not 19,000 like they've been touting
and then we
around.
have Jen Psaki giving the daily briefing of saying, they're going to find out that those that are causing disinformation. Yeah. Give me a break. These are the same folks, these same radical leftists that were hollering about Russia.
Right.
Before, the Mueller found there was a big nothing burger.
Yeah.
For our former president. Correct.
Exactly. Right.
But what do I know? I mean, hey.
Well, I mean, it's just, if you just look at things like from an oversight position, not down in the trenches where a lot of emotions, like sometimes we get emotional here, But if you look at it from like the mezzanine level and take a look at what's happening in our country, without just slamming the door on, they said the election was good and that's good enough for me. When we have these abnormalities that are absolutely outrageous, like more people voted than there are registered voters in some areas. Joe Biden gets 80 million voters. He's never got 80 million of anything other than probably some graft money slipped under the table to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's unbelievable like this. Why are Democrats fighting so very hard, tooth and nail, not to allow these forensic audits? You have to ask yourself that.
I think, you know what? This is my opinion. Their backs against the wall. Everything is on the line.
Yeah,
right,
well, they're slashing now. They pulled out the long
again,
knives.
my feeling is we've been at war, whether you want to admit to it or not. We're talking fifth generational war here. Unrestricted warfare from the Chinese that have bought off some of our elected officials.
Yeah,
So we've got treasonous, traitorous, talk about insurrection.
Right.
We've got basically a coup that occurred.
Right.
Okay. We've got an illegitimate president and staff all up there in the White House and the Hill. Okay. We can't even verify based on the number of votes that we know for certain in Fulton County.
Right.
Okay. So just like Lynn Wood said, I wouldn't trust the January runoff, right? We got Warnock and Ossoff in there.
Right.
Not to mention when we go to Michigan, John James and others. So listen, like Tracy Beans interviewed Senator Borelli, okay?
Right.
From Arizona. Okay. Sonny. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name off the top of my head. But one of the things that he mentioned I thought was fantastic is, listen, if there's nothing to see here, folks, then that's fine. Then we did our jobs as senators, as legislators.
Yeah.
But if there is something to see, and actually there is something to see there, you just got to look.
Right.
So the fact that they keep pushing back on there's no, everything was, CISA said last fall, it's the most secure in America's history, elections. After the Democrats themselves have been whining and complaining about, we got to be careful, these machines, and they're susceptible to hacking, and we've got to do something about it. And all of a sudden it was like, nope, that's it. Time to move on. And then even the establishment Republicans and those that are in the know. So my feeling is, listen, this is call it whatever you want to, a coup, an overthrow.
Right.
But if we don't have the ability, one man, one woman, one vote, free and fair, transparent elections, we cease to exist, people.
Right.
It's time, as he used to say, time to wake up, America. Earl Pitts, I think, is what he used to say. Wake up, America.
Right.
It is time to wake up. And I think part of it is getting through the fog of war, is the real paralysis. You go, oh, they're shooting at me. Or, with the vaccines, the masks, we're hit on multiple sides. And some people become paralyzed. Yeah.
I mean, it's these, there's feints each way. First of all, it was okay. Well, you'll have your barbecue by the 4th of July if you're good. Make sure you maintain 6 feet and wear your mask. And then that came and went. And make sure everyone go get vaccinated. It's your duty as an American citizen. Wait a minute. Time out. The vaccine may or may not work. We don't even know. We do know one thing. It kills a lot of people.
We do know one thing. These pharmaceutical manufacturers are making trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Our taxpayer money, by the way. Okay, so we the people. And it's under emergency use authorization. These are non-FDA. I don't even know if we can trust the FDA and CDC, by the way, when you throw in the FBI, the CIA. All these have been weaponized. Listen, folks, I don't know where the, quote, real whistleblowers are within these triple letter agencies, but they need to start stepping forward. If you're an American patriot, get a backbone and do something. I mean,
yeah.
What?
Pick up the phone and call your representative.
It's easier to say, well, I think I'm going to be a woman tomorrow because, that sounds like a good idea. I'll be a woman tomorrow.
Yeah.
Give me a break, folks. It is time to stand. stand for what's right. That's it. And you know what? Those people that are out there that don't like what I'm saying right now, I really don't care. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to it under the First Amendment. Okay. And here's the other thing. If you don't like it, you don't like this country, you're always free to leave. That's the great thing about it.
No, they say that we're free to change it. We want to tear it down. That's what the deal is.
We have a republic for a reason, if we can keep it. Okay.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying here. At the end of the day, there are going to be those that want to exercise. They're going to be in the minority, but we've allowed the minority with a bullhorn because of the fake stream media and all the other, those that collaborate together to stand up and to make the most noise. And they're the ones that get the attention. While the majority of us working folk out there, we're the ones that are carrying it on our backs and our shoulders.
Right.
And I think most of us are finally saying, hey, enough with the horse pucky. We're done with it. That's it. So you can scare us with your masks and all this stuff. We know it was a bioweapon. Okay. We know that we were funding it. We were funding through the UNC Charlotte, through EcoHealth, Peter Daszak and his organization we offshored it to the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Tony Fauci.
Yeah, Tony Fauci. Oh, Kerry Mullis, by the way, says he's a kook. Look it up, Kerry with a K, Karymullis. Report back to me on Wednesday what you find, because I'm fired up.
Fired up, and rightly so. I'm telling you, folks, these are trying times.
You know what it is? I'm going to say it. I'm going to cap it off tonight with this. This whole thing, it's a big lie. And you know who the father of lie is, right? Lies is it's Satan himself. And if you don't believe in good versus evil, or you don't think Satan's this guy with a pitchfork or whatever, you've been fooled. And honestly, I'll pray for you tonight, because this is a cataclysmic event, I think, that we're about to experience. I truly believe that in my heart. I'm not saying Jesus is coming back tomorrow, although I'd like that to happen, but he might. He might. And you might want to get right with him.
Long way to go, folks. Long way to go. You're free to pivot. Turn towards God. It's your only saving grace. Trust me on that.
He's the only one that's going to clean this mess up. But until then, we still have the right and duty as citizens, again, to stand. There is nothing wrong with that. What I read earlier in the South Carolina State Constitution, perhaps you should all go back. Read the founding documents, the United States Constitution. The Declaration of Independence actually is a great place to start. And then, depending on where you live, just do a DuckDuckGo search for Ohio State Constitution. Every state, independent state, has its own sovereignty. We're united as states. So read it, and we would love to take your calls on what you find on Wednesday. As you can tell, I'm fired up.
I'll just give you a couple things before we leave the air tonight. Well, I said it before, 88% of Americans are concerned about the rising costs and inflation trends. You should be concerned. Be very concerned. Joe Biden does not have an answer to that. He just prints up more money. It's just going to lead to a rocket ship effect on inflation. You're going to start paying, instead of 7% more for meats and goods, you're going to pay about $8 for a loaf of bread soon. Here's something that happened over the weekend, made me sick. Outside of the Nats Stadium, they had like a big shooting during a game, stopped the game. The police union stepped forward and said the DC mayor will not let us do our job. How can you be a law enforcement official in that city? Unbelievable. Chicago, not to be outdone, 9 killed, 50 in the hospital wounded. Some will not make it. That's what you have when you got these free-spirited types. Anything goes. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want, Junior. You got people that are blasted away. These aren't legitimate gun owners, by the way. These aren't assault rifles that are owned by any legitimate gun owners that register them, get training, do their thing. These are thugs, criminals. that you refuse to arrest. You're going to reap what you sow. All those big cities, you're going to reap what you sow.
Yes,
take us out of here, William.
No, that's so true. The Bible is very clear on that. You reap what you sow, more than you sow, later than you sow. So be careful what you sow, what you take in your mind, what you are hearing, what you are seeing. I'm not trying to sound all holier than thou, folks. I'm just as flawed as the next person, but I'm trying to get closer to the master every day. And with that, we're going to see you on Wednesday. Thanks for listening to TalkOne Radio.
Right.
Big Al and Zapper. We'll see you then.
Yep. Bob Ramos will be joining us on Wednesday. So join us again on 7 o'clock.
As the day sets on another slice of heaven, we hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to you joining us again on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. live. We're never far away. Just call 843-800-1492 during the show and visit our website at www.talkoneradio.com to share your comments. We'll be back sooner than you know, so tell your friends and family to find their voice on the Low Country's finest talk radio show, TalkOne Radio.